So on 10th December 2019, the Polish embassy in New Delhi officially announced that they can no longer handle the number of applications in their embassy. So they decided that they will collaborate with VFS Global. So VFS stands for Visa Facilitation Services Global. VFS was already working in India from several months. So the other Schengen member countries, they have been already collaborating with VFS from a very long time, and I'm really glad that Poland took this step and they started working with VFS. So for many of us, it was a very good news. I would say it was a great news, because we all know what was the trouble of booking the appointment in the embassy and going to the embassy, and most of the times nobody was getting the appointment. So yeah, it was a great news. And also for making the appointment through VFS, it's actually not that easy as people thought, because there are so many people who are trying and nobody is actually getting the appointment. There are actually 10 to 12 VFS centers which have been open all across the India. So the northern parts of India, it has been open in New Delhi, in Chandigarh, in Jaipur, Kolkata and Bhopal. And for the southern part of the India, it has been open in Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai and Ahmedabad. And it really sounds like they have opened as many number of centers, but I don't know how efficient they are actually, because I've heard they are not giving visas to any of the people who are applying through the VFS. And the people who apply in the northern India through all these VFS centers, their applications will be processed through the main embassy of Poland in New Delhi. The southern part of India, if you apply to any of these VFS centers, your application will be processed through the Consulate General in Mumbai. And for the people who are from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan and all these neighboring countries, and as you know, all of these countries, their application was processed through the New Delhi embassy. So now the people of all these countries, they can apply to the VFS center in New Delhi to process their visa applications. So now let's talk about how this will work. So now you can go to the VFS website directly and you can try to book the appointments. And for booking the appointments, you can just go directly to the link and then you can fill out the form. You have to fill all your informations, your passport number, your date of birth. You have to fill all your credentials and then you can just click to the make appointment. So once you make the appointment, you have to go at the date of your appointment to submit all your documents. They will see each and every documents, and if you are lacking any of the documents, maybe they will tell you to bring the document or to mail them the document through post. So the documents are almost similar, and now I've heard that they are expecting you to have the forex card. So make sure you have the international travel forex card, and make sure you keep some amount of funds in your forex card, and make sure you give a statement or a photocopy of your forex card in the visa documents. So many people have been texting me that they got rejection when they applied through the VFS. I know some of you guys must be having really bad days because the VFS rejected your visa. But the thing is, you won't have bad days forever, and the one who struggled the most will succeed in the end, I promise you. So now they are actually asking you more documents, which is now the forex card. So I don't know why Poland is just making things more harder for the people from India and these neighboring countries to give the visas, and I don't really understand why they are doing it. So once you submit your application successfully, they will give you a tracking number, so you can just track your applications on their website, and then you'll be called for the visa interview at the embassy or the consulate. Just make sure you are well prepared for the interview, because interview is the most important thing and you wouldn't want to mess up in the interview. I've already made a video about the interview questions, so you can just go and watch somewhere over here. And I'll also put the link in the description, so you can just go and watch that video. After you are done with the interview, so now you just have to wait for your passport. So either you can go to the VFS center and you can collect your passport, or if you want, you can just pay some money and then you can choose the method that your passport should be delivered to your home address. So that's also an option, and I think it's pretty cool. Let's talk about the reality, what actually is happening. So many people have been messaging me that nobody is getting the visa through the VFS, and they are just rejecting the people based on that some documents are lacking or you don't have enough funds. So I would suggest you please make sure you show at least 8 to 10 lakh Indian rupees in your bank statement, because I don't know, things are changing and Poland is actually getting a bit expensive. As I've been living already here from 1 year, I can see the rent is increasing, the grocery price are increasing a bit, and things are getting a little expensive in Poland. Just make sure you show a decent amount of bank statement, and also just make sure you show a forex traveling card, and make sure you show some funds in your traveling card to just be on the safer side. And I know how much it takes to go through all the visa process, to go through the documentation, to pay money here and there, just to spend money on different things, and in the end, if you not get the visa, then I know it must be very disappointing. Nobody would want to be in that situation, because you wouldn't want to waste your parents' money or your own hard-earned money. And the other thing which I would like to say is, from the past few years, as I've been observing that Poland doesn't really give much number of visas in the February intake, because this intake is not the mainstream intake. In this intake, only few bachelor courses and few master courses have the admission. So the embassy might think that you have some other motivations of going to the Poland because you are going to February intake and you're not applying in the September intake. If you have opportunities, and if you have time and if you have patience, so just make sure you apply in the September intake to be on the safer side, because in February intake, yes, they really doesn't give a lot of visas in comparison to the September intake. Also in the February intake, not many reputed universities have the admissions. Yes, there are few universities which have the admissions in February intake, but they are actually not very reputed, so the embassy might think that your motivations to go to Poland is something else. You wouldn't want to be in such situations. So just make sure you apply in the September intake, or if you are getting admissions in really good universities like Warsaw University of Technology or Wrocław University of Technology or any decent university, only apply in this intake if you have got admissions in very well reputed university or very good university, or just make sure you apply in the February intake. I actually don't know if it's actually a good news or a bad news in the end, and I would like to say the embassy took a really very good decision to apply with the VFS, because there were actually so many applicants and nobody was getting the visa slots in the embassy or in the consulate in the Mumbai. And still, if you want to apply through the embassy, like the same old procedures, so you can also do that. But in the embassy website, they have mentioned that now we have very less slots, but still if you want to apply through the embassy directly like previous old days, so you can still do that. So I don't think it's a good idea, because they have mentioned that now we have very few slots in the embassy. So you may give it a try, maybe it will work for you. So yeah, good luck with that. That's pretty much with the video, and I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, just make sure you hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye.